Well, good morning, everyone. How are you? Welcome back to Bathroom Chats. It's been a minute. I've been on vacation, and then I was out of town for a work conference, but now I'm back, and Bathroom Chats is going to start going strong all over again. And before you guys say anything about my hair, I'm getting it cut Friday. I'm excited to be getting it cut, but I wanted to come back and give you an update with what's going on in the real estate market so that way we can chat a little bit. First of all, I want to talk about where it's going. As you know, interest rates are high, and let's start with my hair. Again, using the Crew pomade, the heavy mold pomade. I love that, or the heavy hold pomade. Let's talk about interest rates for a quick second. So, interest rates have been up. They've started to come down a little bit. The Fed raised the rate last month, but it didn't really have an effect on rates going up at all. Now rates are going to fluctuate, and we're going to start to see them kind of get back. Well, they are back to normal. So I doubt that we're going to start seeing any lower interest rates like we had been seeing over the last couple of years. So that's the first thing. So if you're buying, you're going to want to stay in that buying mindset because property values went up 18% from this time last year, which means property values are still expected to go up. They're just not expected to climb at such a rapid rate. So you're not going to see them probably at 18%, but several of the local economists have adjusted that number up to about 10%. So you're still going to start to see a 10% appreciation on your property values. So that's good. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind. So if you're thinking about buying, now is a good time. Now, what about if you're a seller? Well, if you are a seller, things are taking a little bit longer to sell. Things are still selling. They're just taking longer to sell. So it's not going to be, it's not bad, but we're seeing increases of 30 and 40 days before offers are coming on the properties. What we're also seeing is that some sellers are making concessions to make that done. So here's my advice. If you are a seller or you're thinking about selling, rather than reduce your price, think about offering to pay for the points buy down on someone's interest rate. So it's going to be a lot less. It'll be a price reduction of $10,000 isn't going to do anything for anybody to make the needle move, to make them make a decision on whether or not they're going to buy your home or not. But if you're going to use that money, spend the $10,000 to buy down their interest rate, which is going to save them several $100s on their mortgage payment, and that's going to make a bigger difference, I think, than actually getting a price reduction. So I would start thinking about that. We need to start getting a little bit more creative and outside of the box. That's the first thing. Second of all, you're going to have to make some concessions. Oh, BTW, I got this new product from my neighbor. It's called Capture Total. It's an eye serum from Christian Dior. I love this stuff. So anyway, think about doing that as well. Why is this not coming out? Okay, there we go. Now we got liftoff. So anyway, you're going to want to start offering either some sort of concession, but what I always say, the better thing to do is do your homework and do your homework on your house and do pre-inspections on your property. Doing pre-inspections on your property is going to save you any surprises later on down the road and is going to help when the buyer comes back to try to start negotiating stuff. So I would also expect to be doing that. Now, let's get to a couple other things that I want to talk to you about. Speaking of selling your house in this market, first of all, I want to talk to you about market price versus list price and why it's a good idea to not really focus on the number that you put on the property. So there is this myth understanding out there that if you list your house at one price, that you actually have to accept an offer if somebody brings you an offer at full price. So let's say, for example, the value of your home is $1 million, but you, in order to market the property, to get the most eyeballs on the property, you list your home at $850,000. Just because you list your home at $850,000 does not mean that you have to accept an offer at $850,000. This is you just putting your best foot forward and trying to get as many eyeballs on your property as you can. That's going to get a lot of agents through the door. It's going to get a lot of buyers through at the open houses, which open house viewings are down. I'm telling you that right now. We're starting to see fewer people come through open houses. So make sure that you do that. So that's first and foremost, that you understand that whatever price you have to put on there, you do not have to accept. So that's why I'm saying make your list price your market price. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to accept that price on the property if somebody brought you a full price offer. The idea is to jack it up to where you want it to be, to start creating some sort of frenzy, so you price it a little bit below market. The other thing is you don't want to chase the market. Chasing the market means that we're watching the market. If it ticks down, that you don't want to be coming down and having to get ahead of where you already should have been. So we want to do that. But let's take a look at what's happening in the market as of this morning. 4,562 homes on the market. Of that, 2,956 are detached, 1,023 are attached. Remember, back in January, we were looking at figures of 1,100, 1,200 homes in all of San Diego County. So we've gone above that. Median price for a home in San Diego, $805,000 as of July 2022. But check this out. As of June 2022, the median price was $835,000. So that's down. Remember, we talked about market price versus list price. You don't want to chase the market. Days on market also jumped up to 22 days versus 20 days in June of 2022. So just a 1 month difference. The median prices dropped $30,000. And the market days went up by 2 days. That may not seem like a lot, but if you're overpriced, it's going to be seeming like a lot. Now your price per square foot, July of 2022, it is down $589 per square foot, and in June of 2022, it was $608 a square foot. So we're starting to see market adjustments take place. Does that mean you shouldn't think about selling your home? No, you really should, because if you're going to be doing it, just know that you are still going to be able to sell your home. Your home is still worth more than what you paid for it. It's just not going to be what it was worth 5 years ago, or even, I'm sorry, it's not going to be worth what it was 5 months ago or 8 months ago. It's going to be a little less because that frenzy is not there. The average number of offers being received on properties is also down. The average was 4.1 offers per property. Now it's down to 3.5. So just keep that in mind. So if you have any questions about selling your home or buying in this market, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to be a real estate resource. Thanks for joining me on Bathroom Chats, and I will see you next week. Have a great day. Bye-bye.